And when people hear about the volunteering, someone new to Canada may think work for free.
We oftentimes get that volunteering is free labor.
This culture of giving back with your time, with your talents.
People make donations. Everyone understands that. I make a donation to an organization. There's something even better than making a donation of money. It's a donation of time. Time is not renewable. I can't get that time back. Nonprofits need volunteers to do the work that they do. Our community is stronger because of those organizations that exist, and volunteers are giving back to that community. They're the ones that are making these programs and these services that are so important to our community exist.
One of the first organizations I heard of before coming to Canada was Volunteer Manitoba. And guess what? Today we are going to be talking about volunteering in Canada. And I have a special guest. Welcome to the Newcomer Network. I'm Jocelyn Gilbert, and this is an amazing conversation that we are all going to learn about. Thank you, Camilla.
Jocelyn, thank you. What a welcome that I got there. That's so sweet. I didn't know this, Volunteer Manitoba was the first organization you have heard of.
Yeah, I told you I wanted to start.
I know, you surprised me. I had no idea.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Okay, yes, what's the story?
First.
What?
Introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes, of course.
So excited to start.
I know, we were just going to get right into it. So I'm Camille El-Giadaa, and I'm with Volunteer Manitoba. I have been with Volunteer Manitoba for about 8 years now. It's been a while. And I really am a promoter of volunteerism. I believe that everyone can volunteer, and volunteering is what makes our communities bright. It's what makes things go round here in Winnipeg.
And what do you do there?
What do I do there? I am the training and development manager, so I oversee all of the professional development that we do for volunteers, nonprofit workers, those that are involved in the nonprofit sector. We do different workshops, specifically in board governance, volunteer management, and general capacity building, because as many people that are working in the nonprofit sector know, we wear many hats. So sometimes we're doing the finances. Sometimes we're doing leadership management. Sometimes we are doing the social media, and we need all those different skills. And so Volunteer Manitoba helps with getting the general wide range of workshops that people might need those skills to succeed in the nonprofit sector.
Yeah, and you know what? This is something we don't know behind the scenes as immigrants, as newcomers. And now I want to share with you my experience.
Yes, I do. I want to hear what your experience is all about.
When I am from Dominican Republic, and before coming here, I started doing some research.
Yes.
So we got in contact with a few friends. Well, they were not our friends because we didn't know each other. Yeah. But they shared with us lots of information. And that's when Volunteer Manitoba came up. Because they talk about volunteering. And I was like, what is volunteering? In our country, we don't do that much volunteering. I don't want to say at all, but yeah, it's not something common. So I looked for Volunteer Manitoba, Google it, and registered. Yeah. And when I came here, I knew already about the organization because there's lots of benefits of volunteering. And that's why I knew about the organization, and I have been receiving your emails for a long time. And even when I see your name, I feel like, we know each other because I received them. Like, we have that communication. Yeah. And then when we connected on LinkedIn, maybe a year ago, I don't know, and even we feel closer. Yes. But before talking about the benefits of volunteering, I would like you to share a little bit about what is Volunteer Manitoba for those people who still don't know about the organization and what you do?
Absolutely. Because, yeah, in many countries, volunteerism looks very different. And even here in Canada, Indigenous communities also don't really have a formal word for volunteering. But volunteering still happens, it just looks different. Like volunteering is helping your neighbor or helping your family. That's still volunteering, but in Canada, there is some organizations that have more formal volunteer programs. So we can talk about that maybe in a bit.
And when people hear about the volunteering, for
Yeah.
example, someone new to Canada may think work for free.
Yes.
That's another.
We oftentimes get that volunteering is free labor. And we like to tell, especially newcomers, that volunteering is volunteering with a nonprofit or a charity. Places like Walmart, Superstore, they are corporations, they're businesses, and they can pay you for that work. So we're not encouraging people to work for free. When you're volunteering, you are giving a donation of your time to a cause that is helping the community in some way. And so if someone's ever confused about that, they can always reach out to Volunteer Manitoba and we can help figure out which option would be the best place for them to volunteer.
And how does that work? I know
Yes,
you have a
I
website,
know.
but many people don't.
I know. So Volunteer Manitoba is the volunteer center of the province. We are here to help people find places to volunteer and to help the nonprofit sector and the charitable sector. So for those that have never heard of Volunteer Manitoba, we do have a website, volunteermanitoba.ca, and there is hundreds, and I mean hundreds of different organizations that are posting volunteer opportunities that you can apply for. Even before you've come to Canada, you can be applying for them. And once you're here, you can apply for them directly on our website. Some of the organizations might say you can come in person or you can fill out an application form. And we help people with that process. So you can always email us, call us, or come in person. We are downtown at 428 Portage on the 5th floor. You can always come to us and we can help you one-on-one find a place to volunteer.
Good. And there are so many benefits.
So many.
For volunteers. Like of volunteering, especially for us that we don't have the Canadian experience.
Yes.
We have the skills, we have the experience, technical knowledge, but there are so many things that are new for us, especially in a multicultural and a diverse country.
Definitely.
So this is an opportunity.
Yeah. So some of the benefits that we see, you get Canadian experience on your resume, you get to know Canadian culture and Canadian workplaces, you get to build your skill set. If you're looking to maybe change careers once you come here, volunteering is a good way to get you those skills. But sometimes it's about donating the skills that you have. Like every one of us has a unique skill or talent that we can give back to the community, and volunteering is one way we can do that. We also see a lot of newcomers volunteer to get references or to add different things to their resume and also to meet new friends. Like I think even myself, I'm born and raised here in Winnipeg, but making friends as adults is really hard, and volunteering has actually helped me make lots of new friends and build my network around me to be able to feel connected to something bigger than just myself.
And I always talk about the importance of networking, about having a network, about having a community, because we can bring our talents, but we can also learn from others when you connect with other people.
Yeah. I sometimes find that building our network is even more important than making the perfect resume or, going out for coffee with people. Like volunteering really helps build your network and build your community of people that you can lean on for work or even personal endeavors. It is really important.
Yeah.
Especially in a city like Winnipeg, where we are a big city, but it is kind of a small town. So it really depends on who you know. And so volunteering is a way to get involved in that network of small town kind of energy.
Yeah. And I have been volunteering here at You Multicultural Channel for over 2 years. And I love it because I feel I'm giving back.
Yes.
I'm giving back from what I got here. And I'm multiplying all this knowledge with the people who are watching our episodes.
Yes.
And also supporting this organization that it's community work.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I totally see it. And I see the passion. As soon as I walked in here today, I just felt the passion. I felt it. And that's what volunteering does. Like, I don't think I've met anyone in a volunteer role that doesn't have that passion, right? Yeah. Like, it's a donation of time that is so valued by organizations. Nonprofits in Manitoba would not exist if we didn't have volunteers that are making it happen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also for immigrants who come here without no English or very low English, that's something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a really good, I didn't mention that one. Absolutely. Volunteering can help you build your English or your French skills, because some people come and they want to practice French or learn French. And sometimes we get phone calls saying, "Oh, I don't think my English is good enough to be able to volunteer." And my answer to that is, you can have no language skills and still have there's still a place for you to volunteer. There really is a place for everyone. And it's a good place to practice. It's a good place to learn as well. Like, you hear other people speaking, how they communicate. So that is a really big benefit for newcomers.
Yeah. You have been working there for 8 years, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
But during this time, do you have any experience, not yours, but have you seen someone or heard any story from someone about volunteering?
So many stories. I've got stories for myself too. Like, what angle did you want me to take for the story? Because I've got so many.
Something that you say, I will never forget this one.
I would never forget this one.
Or something that say, oh, this is why I work here.
Oh, okay. Let me think about this. I do have a story that happened recently. Yeah. So I run a program called Board Connect at Volunteer Manitoba, and because we help people find places to volunteer through our website, through our referrals, but we also help people find places to volunteer on boards of directors. So these are higher level volunteer roles. They're equally, I would say volunteering on the front lines is equally as important as volunteering at a board table. But we have a program called Board Connect where we do this matchmaking with individuals that are looking to serve on a board. And I do these matches. I've been doing it for about 4 years or 5 years now. But once I match people on the board, I don't oftentimes hear from them. Because they get matched onto the board and they're volunteering at that board level. And so just recently I did an interview for social media with Samantha Brown, who is the board chair of End Homelessness Winnipeg, which is a local nonprofit that is working to help reduce homelessness in the city of Winnipeg. And we were talking and chatting. And I asked her, how did you get involved? Like, you were such an instrumental board member here in our community. Like, she sits on 3 or 4 different boards. I was like, how did you start your journey here? And she said to me, it was through Volunteer Manitoba. And that's the only reason why I'm the board chair or that I'm a part of these 4 organizations. You have matched me through all of that. And I had no idea that, doing that matchmaking can be so instrumental that has now become her career. Like, that's become a part of who she is. Wow. And it made me realize that I've helped lots of people find places to volunteer. I just sometimes don't hear it right away. And so that really grounded me in the work that we do. We're able to connect people to their passions, to what they're meant to do, or what brings them joy in the morning. Like, I get to help facilitate that, and that just means a lot to me.
Yeah, and I want to share with you my story.
Yes.
Professionally here.
Yeah.
When I came here, I am an early childhood educator from Dominican Republic. And when I came, I went to my first interview working at a daycare, and I didn't go through on the interview. I didn't succeed. So I didn't get the job.
Yeah.
So I was wondering why, because I felt I was good on as an early childhood educator.
Yeah.
So I responded all the questions and based on my knowledge. But guess what?
Yeah.
Early childhood education in Dominican Republic is really different than the way it works here. So I decided to volunteer. I went to volunteer Manitoba.
Wow, great.
And I got a volunteer position at a daycare. I won't tell the name, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand what was happening, but I was watching. And when I went to the next interview, it took about 7-8 months before I decided to apply to another job. And guess what?
Did you get the job?
I got the job less than 40 hours after the interview.
Yes.
Why? Because my responses were different than the previous one. Why?
Absolutely.
Because I was volunteering there. I saw how everything worked. It's really different. I didn't understand, but I responded based on what the experience I got here. And I got the job. And I did great. And I understand that sometimes we are coming with lots of skills, with experience, with the education, but things work different here. Many things are similar or the same, but many things are different. And this is when it comes like, I have the experience, I have the skills, why I don't get the job? Why I don't succeed? Why I don't get the interview? Why? It's about that. Because there are so many things that we still don't understand and the employers are looking for, but we still don't know because we are not exposed to this field.
And volunteering gives you that, it gives you that knowledge. And I also find that it gives some newcomers confidence. Like once you've been doing it for a bit, because there is volunteering, there's a place for everyone. Like I said, we will find you a place to volunteer. Once you start, getting involved and learning and seeing how things are done, you get that confidence inside. That's another benefit I think we can add to that list is you feel more grounded in the work that you're doing. So when you go to that interview, you feel a lot more confident in your answers and how you're presenting yourself because it's like, oh, I've done that. I see it getting done at that organization.
And when you're volunteering, people see your skills and they think about, okay, I know this person is looking for a job. Oh, and they can refer you.
Oh, yeah. Well, even for myself, a story about volunteering. When I was in grade 9, I believe it was, I started volunteering. I couldn't find part-time work, right? You're a young person. Maybe you really want to start making part-time. You want to get a part-time job to make a little bit of money. Maybe you want to buy a cell phone one day. And so I was grade 9. I was trying to find work and I couldn't find any work. And I also went to Volunteer Manitoba's website, but this was many years ago. This was probably in the early 2000s. And I found the Children's Museum. So I applied to be a volunteer at the Children's Museum and I got it. And I volunteered there for about a year and a half. Still couldn't find part-time work because I didn't have any experience. I was, a 15-year-old and I had never worked before. So I volunteered at the Children's Museum, and a year and a half later, they actually offered me a job to become a birthday party host. They're like, we've seen you volunteer. You do excellent as a volunteer. Do you want to be a birthday party host on the weekends? And I loved it. I was a princess some weekends, a pirate some weekends. And that's, I feel like I got my skill set of public speaking and being comfortable speaking with people. Was through my volunteering. And so, yes, I know not every volunteer role will be this like A plus B equals C. Like, my experience at the Children's Museum, I volunteered there for a year and a half and then I got a part-time job and so forth. But it still opens up, it could be an experience like yours where You volunteer somewhere for a couple months, you get that skills, that confidence, and you can apply it to finding work or to find your next opportunity.
Yeah. And I was going to mention that to you too.
Yeah.
Because some organizations, when they have any openings, they give priority to people who are, they know there.
Yes.
So if you're volunteering somewhere and there's an opening, you can apply there. You have more probability to get the job than other people because they know you, they know your skills, you know the organization, and
it's a no-brainer.
That's
for
what
lots
happened
of
to you.
That happened to me, exactly. Like I said, it doesn't happen for everyone, but it does happen. And we do see a lot of nonprofits hire internally. So if you're part of the organization already, if you are volunteering there once a month, you're getting to know the staff, they're much likely to hire someone like that than someone that's, a stranger to their organization.
Yeah. And also, I also find useful to volunteer in areas that are related to things you want to do. Because sometimes people want to give back, many times, but sometimes you really need it. You need to have a plan. So volunteering could be part of that plan. For example, I know so many seniors who are volunteering in different places, but they want to give back. But there are some other ways that you can give back, but also make that volunteering part of your plan, what you want to build, what you want to get, what you want to showcase also.
Yeah, volunteering, we get hundreds of phone calls throughout the year of people, or phone calls or emails or in-person walk-ins of people choosing to volunteer as a part of their career journey. And that is so important. And not just for newcomers, it could be for people that are middle-aged that want to do a career change. We're now seeing more and more people do multiple career changes in their lives. Volunteering is one way to help you through that career process of changing careers.
What do you think are certain things that people should avoid or think about before volunteering or looking for a volunteering opportunity?
That's a good question. Sometimes we see, especially newcomers, they sometimes think volunteering equals a job. Like, I know that it can be a benefit, but one thing that we like to remind people is that volunteering is more than necessarily just getting something on your resume or getting that job right away. Volunteering is part of the journey, and so a journey might not look linear. A journey might look, okay, I'm going to volunteer here for a couple months. I've met all these people. They've actually referred me to go and volunteer over here. Or I've gotten a part-time job over here. I'm still looking for my full-time job. I'm going to continue looking for the right fit for me. And so volunteering is part of the journey. It's not necessarily the destination. And so we like to remind people that it's sometimes not as, I know I used it before, but that, I'm going to find a volunteer role, I'm going to get money, and then that's it. It's kind of, it's part of that journey of networking and finding your people and finding the right fit for you. We also times, because volunteering looks different in Canada than it does look in other places in the world, sometimes we get the reaction of, oh, I just want to help people. Can't I just go and help? And maybe in other countries that's true, that, you can just go to the food bank and help. But in Canada, it is a little bit more structured. So we do say you will have to have a resume. You'll have to fill out an application form of some sort. You might have to do an interview. And I know you're working for free, I know you're not getting paid, but that's just how it is in Canada. And so we like to prepare people that there's a couple of steps that takes before you start volunteering somewhere.
I want to add something.
Yes.
Once they are volunteering, okay, I can be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour late because it's volunteering.
I know. And you know what? We hear that all the time. So we also do outreach at Volunteer Manitoba, where we go into schools, we go into community groups.
Can I volunteer on that?
Yes, I know. We might need to recruit you. I'll send you an application form later.
Yes, I will.
So So when we go out in the community and talk about the benefits of volunteering, we say that you filled out the application form, you did all your checks that you had to do. Like sometimes you have to fill out criminal record checks, and you did the interview, you got the volunteer role. I do say that there is a step 5 in this, right? Like there is another step, and that means volunteering comes with responsibilities. When we're talking about getting references, we're building our network, we're building our reputation. This is a small town. We need to come prepared. We need to come with a willingness to be a valued team member in that organization. Because like I mentioned, those nonprofits are really relying on volunteers to make that work happen. So if you don't show up or you show up late, it really affects a nonprofit. And I like to remind people that nonprofits are understanding that family and work comes first and volunteering comes after, but you have to communicate that with that nonprofit. Yeah. So let's say you've got a bunch of interviews lined up and you can't make your Friday shift anymore. Let the nonprofit know that you can't make it, or let them know that, hey, I'm going to be 30 minutes late. They'll understand, but we just have to communicate with them that, maybe you're not able to show up, or you can't show up that week, but you can come next week.
Yeah, and I have so many friends who have found jobs after volunteering, not at the same organizations, but they use their experience and the volunteering opportunities as a trampoline, even when, as you mentioned, they want to transition from one field to another, and they use that volunteering opportunity or skills or experience to get other jobs, and they can showcase those skills that they are not able to transfer from their own jobs.
Yeah, they can just showcase it through their volunteer work.
Yeah.
Like, I built these skills at this organization, and I want to be able to now do it here as a full-time job, or, I'm looking to get maybe casual work or part-time work within this new field.
Yeah, and when I was working as a career advisor, I realized that many people didn't understand. Like, they put volunteer at the end of the resume, and volunteer is experience. So I used to tell them, that's experience.
Yeah.
That's experience. Even if you didn't get paid, because people get confused with that. Because I don't get paid, it's different. No, it's work experience.
Yeah.
And which skills did you develop? Which things did you do there? Put it on your resume.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't have the work experience, the paid work, but you do have the volunteering experience. And at the end, it's a skill.
It is a skill.
It's about skills.
It's about skills. It's about meeting people, and even like them showcasing, like, I care about my community. I care about, other people around me, even for fields like medicine. Even when you're applying to get into medicine, to be a doctor, they want to see, they want to see your grades. They want to see, are you succeeding in these grades? They want to see if you care about other people. They want to see, like, volunteering isn't the last thing on the list. It is near the top of, like, I volunteered at these organizations because I really care about the mission. It goes a long way than just like, I did these, like, 5 part-time jobs. And,
does that person care about others?
Yes.
And let's talk about that. Because it's not only about the resume, the job, the skills. Giving back.
Yes.
This culture of giving back with your time, with your talents. Can you share with us a little? Just imagine that I am very new to Canada and I don't have volunteering experience and anything. Talk to me about giving back, because, sometimes we don't understand the value of giving back.
People make donations. Everyone understands that. I make a donation to an organization. There's something even better than making a donation of money. It's a donation of time, because time is not renewable. I can't get that time back. Money, you can work some more and you can make more money all the time, but time, you can't get it back. Nonprofits need volunteers to do the work that they do. And our community is stronger because of those organizations that exist, and volunteers are giving back to that community. They're the ones that are making these programs and these services that are so important to our community exist. And so volunteering is one way that we can be involved and we can give back to those organizations that might have helped us. Like, I know lots of newcomers, when they come to Canada, there's so many different organizations that are helping them through their journey here. You can donate back to that organization through time. You might not have money, you might not have $1,000 to give, but maybe you have 5 hours to give. And that means a lot to an organization to be able to do the services that they do.
Yeah. And you translate it into money.
Yeah.
Because if I donate 5 hours and someone else does, once you count its time and you translate it into paid work, you're giving back even more.
You are,
your
exactly.
talents.
Yeah, your talents. Like, there's some organizations that, you know, they have volunteers that are doing graphic design work for their nonprofit. There's no way that nonprofit can hire, you know, 2 graphic designers. But if you're donating your time to that organization so that they can have nice graphics for maybe their fundraising dinner that they're going to have, it means a lot to that organization. They can do the work that they are doing.
And you are not only supporting their organization, you're supporting that community, because those organizations are providing services to people in our community. We're helping the community to grow, to expand, and that means a lot. So I think that when we change that point of view and you start looking at this in a different way, you find even more valuable in volunteering.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of purpose greater than just yourself or finding work. It gives you a sense of purpose beyond that. That is really helpful for people.
Thank you so much, Camila. It was a pleasure to have this conversation with you. I hope you all share this episode and learn about the importance of volunteering. I will finish this episode and go immediately and apply for that volunteering position.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going to have to connect about that. That would maybe be a really good fit for you.
Thank you. But before we go, before we leave, please share with our audience the information where they should apply and any other information that you think it's important for them.
Yeah, definitely. So if you are interested in volunteering and you have no idea where to start, please go onto volunteermanitoba.ca. On our website, you will go onto volunteer opportunities, and there are hundreds, and I mean hundreds of different opportunities that you can apply for directly on our website. Or you can call us at 204-477-5180, and we'll help you find somewhere to volunteer. You can also email us at info@volunteermanitoba.ca, which is found on our website, and we can help you find your next volunteer role. Sometimes people need a little bit of help, or sometimes they need a little bit of imagination. Volunteering looks so different from person to person. I have people volunteering at food banks, which are organizations that provide food to those that can't provide it on their own. We have organizations that are working with newcomers. We have organizations that are working with children. We have organizations that are working with seniors. Hospitals need volunteers. There is so many different places, and so we like to dream with you, imagine with you on what your volunteer journey can look like. So please visit our website, volunteermanitoba.ca, to find your next volunteer role.
Thank you once again.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And thank you to our wonderful audience for being here once again at the Newcomer Network. And remember to follow You Multicultural channel. Click like, leave a comment, and share with your friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.